Amidst campaign promises from President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, as well as post-war hopes for a better Liberia, Liberians look forward to Delta Airlines and others coming to Liberia to do business. Many Liberians, however, do not know that before Delta Airlines commenced flights in Liberia in September of 2010, the U.S. government provided $3.4 million to the Liberian government to rehabilitate the airport and bring it up to standards. Today, 4 years later, and without accountability for the funds, the airport is not up to standards. The runway still has cracks and potholes, bathrooms are still deplorable and do not flush, and the power supply is unstable, creating frequent blackouts, power outages at crucial times when airlines are either landing or taking off. In May of 2012, Air France Airlines' brand new AF752 plane nearly crashed in Liberia due to the poor runway and dilapidated conditions. The plane's bottom right main landing gear, hydraulic hoses, brakes, and right main landing gear axle assembly were damaged. Air France had to unexpectedly deplane their in-transit passengers, provide emergency lodging, order the parts from overseas, make the necessary repairs on site at the airport, and about 2 days later, fly their in-transit passengers to their originally intended destinations. Air France suffered over $500,000 of loss as a result. The following month, in June of 2012, and amidst safety pressures from the Air France situation and other near crashes, Delta Airlines gave Liberia another $1 million in safety equipment and technical know-how. Specifically, Delta flight tested and installed an RNAV GPS system, leaving Liberia to only pay for the subscription to publish it. In November of 2012, there was yet another near catastrophe involving Air France Airlines. As a result of the poor condition of the run and taxiways, airlines are forced to try and maneuver around potholes, cracks, and in tight spaces. Air France Airlines, while trying to maneuver around these potholes, cracks, and tight spaces, the aircraft's nose wheel ran off the runway and into the thick mud at the shoulder of the pavement. This again caused tremendous embarrassment to Air France, its in-transit passengers, and especially to Liberia, as it proved that we did not have the proper safety conditions and equipment at the airport. Because of safety concerns, as well as concerns that Delta, Air France, and others would become discouraged with President Ellen Johnson Sirleaf's government's corruption, lack of safety standards, and failure to address their grievances, Judge Johnson and Ellen Qualcomm made numerous efforts to get the president to address these concerns, but to no avail. In February of 2013, a CN-35 aircraft carrying 11 Guinean officials crashed at the airport. A year and a half later, the government of Liberia is still yet to conclude its investigation of the crash. In the recording to follow, you will hear the president, her Minister of State for Presidential Affairs, and the Deputy Minister basically ignore these same concerns. In fact, they continue to somehow stress that airport safety is only necessary when conditions are perfect, when in fact conditions are often not perfect in Liberia. Today, it is no surprise to Judge Johnson and Ellen Qualcomm that Air France, Delta, and others have abandoned Liberia and more are contemplating leaving. Judge Johnson and Ellen Qualcomm had numerous meetings with these businesses and attempted to bring their concerns to the president, but she and her corruption clique ignored it. Please listen.